Hey everybody, welcome. Oh, I have fancy glasses on today, don't I? So welcome to our fantastic second ever world famous promo stream. The Deuce. That doesn't sound good. I'm Lisa Daly. This is my channel, and my fabulous co-host today is the wonderful, talented, and amazing Carrow Brown. Ta-da!
Morning, everyone.
Yay! And today we are going to knock out a bunch of those little tasks that everybody hates to do. So yay, I'm super excited about that. For me, I hate to I like social media posting when I'm sort of in the mood to do it, but I could go weeks without doing that. Months. I could go months without doing that.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're being honest, you can't just abandon your people for that long and expect that they will continue to be interested in what you have to say. So it's something I think a lot of authors get frustrated with. Our publishers expect for us to get all this stuff done. Devin's here. Hey, Devin. So I think that this was such a fun idea because I know Savvy got a ton of stuff done on our last one. I certainly did. And we got a lot of amazing information. And so I think it's more fun to knock some of this stuff out together. So I'm super glad that we are doing this again. Also, I'm very excited to see what you have to say about Canva. Because obviously you just did this amazing video about it. It's linked in the description below. So hello, Devin. We're so glad you're here. Steven's here today. Hi, Steven. We think Story Detective is going to be with us, but I don't know if he's having an internet issue or what. He's never not here, so that
he's like a wizard. He'll show up exactly when he means to.
Right when we need him. Exactly. Mm-hmm. Exactly. Joanne Indihan is here. Yay! We're so glad you made it. Yay! All right. BC Brown. Well, that's the coolest avatar ever. Look at that. Doesn't she look like, right? Awesome. BC Brown Books. Good morning, writing weirdos. Yes, good morning back to you. That sounds so appropriate. Aren't we writing weirdos? Yeah. I think that could be applicable to many, many authors. So I don't know how to say this. Is it Adega Outlaw?
Adega, yeah. I struggled with that yesterday. Yeah. She came to my stream yesterday, and everybody got to watch me stare at that name and go, okay.
Adega. Okay. All right. Yay, I'm so glad. Look, we are busy today. Hello, Heather. So this is a funny thing. After Tamara's live stream where we were talking about sort of our writing book of the month club, Heather messaged me on Facebook because apparently she is a fan of the Daytime Show, which is a show that I do every week. And we were already connected on Facebook, which was kind of cool. So, and we had a conversation back and forth about office decorating, which was awesome. So, yay, I'm so glad you made it today. Awesome. All right, who do we have here? Nobody in particular.
That's Amy.
Yes, hello, good to see you. Bonnie Phillips is here. Yay.
Of course, my dog's barking now, too.
Savvy, Daily Brown Bones. Right, I know Canva is something that I have some familiarity with, but Carrow definitely is our queen of Canva. So I'm very excited to see what she has to say today. All right, let's see. Don't forget to show the stream some oh, thank you. Love today. Thank you. We love you. Nihilist Geek is here. Hey, Geek, we're so glad you made it. Hey, y'all. Hey, Chloe. We're so glad. Oh, I love Chloe's pineapple. That's awesome.
I know, right?
All right. We do need to find, right? We need a story detective to figure out where the story detective is.
Where's the detective at?
I know, right? And he's just the person who would, oh, look who he is. Oh, my God. Right? So Carol said the second we need him, he will magically appear. And look, it happened.
My camera's lopsided. Thing is out of whack.
Oh my God. So this is so funny. I was saying that I messaged you the link on the backstage link on Facebook today, and I think I was telling Carrow this right before we went live, and then I had like 5 minutes before the stream. I was like, oh crap! I was telling on Twitter. Like, I'm like, I totally changed things because we had been talking on Facebook. No, we were here. It was just me. So sorry. That's my dork moment of the day. Devin, you speak his name and he appears. So so Heather and I, we were talking just a minute ago that after Tamara's live stream about our writing book, the 2,000 to 10,000 word count book, that Heather and I realized that we were already sort of connected. So it was pretty awesome. All right. BC says, I adore Canva. Can't wait to see what tips Carrow has in store for us. Nihilist Geek, speak of the devil, or speak of the detective. And say his name.
Does that work? Can I do that at work and you'll just show up and help me?
Yeah, I'm sure that's true. Dana's here. Yay!
Hello, Dana.
I'm so glad everybody's here today. That is so awesome. Yay! All right, so we had a lot of information last time in our first ever world famous promo stream, and we felt like we wanted to have more time to get stuff done and that we would tackle smaller bites. So today, Carrow and Robert and I are going to talk a little bit about Canva, which Carrow is a big fan of. We're going to talk a little bit about word swag, which is something that I use in particular for Instagram that I love. Robert, confess, what are your favorite social media artsy tools?
Well, mine is Keynote and Procreate. So mainly on iPad or Mac. But I can usually get all my thumbnails and all the art, everything that I've done in my videos or for my videos have been done in those apps.
I think it's amazing how like WordSwag is just a little app on your phone, but you can do so many different things with it. And if you want, you can just stylize the type there and put it on a transparent background and bring it to something else. And I love it. I like them both. I don't use Canva as much, but I use it sometimes. And I especially use it if I need like a specific size for something. Canva's got every size you could possibly imagine. Like, oh, I need a thumbnail. They've already got a template. I need this. I need this. So, all right. Michael Edward McPhee is here. Yay. That's good. Michael. Devin or Bones. Bones is like the most popular co-host on our stream. I think Bones is maybe the most popular co-host on any stream.
I'm pretty confident I only get invited for Bones.
Just right? Bones saying hello. He's such a sweet, sweet dog.
He really is.
So yeah. So you guys, I want to know what you guys use. I know several people have said that that they really love Canva. What else do you guys use? Do you use Keynote? Do you use WordSwag? What other things have you tried that have worked really well for you? We're dying to know. Also, Robert we had talked in this little Facebook group, and Robert was saying, and on Twitter, Robert was saying that he was going to be working in Keynote on an awesome new subscribe thing. Yeah. For his, did you do it?
I did the subscribe button, and I did up with a magnifying glass that shows the Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. So it's busy for a while a couple of days ago.
So is this something that you can? So I just have discovered today, thanks to the little message. You can actually share your screen. So maybe while we're on our first sprint, you could, this would be awesome. On our first sprint, you could queue it up so we could see. We want to like world premiere it here, or have you already put it in a video?
It's actually in a movie in my editing app at this point. I saved it to like a little movie. I added some sound effects to the intro, which I changed up a little bit too.
Yeah.
I don't have like the gold Sherlock Holmes now. I have like a smaller head profile, but it has text across the face of it. So it looks more story oriented. And instead of the weird laser sound, I have the sound of pages flipping while it spins around.
Ooh.
That is super awesome. That is super awesome. All right, so we have some comments from everybody today. Nyla Geek uses Canva or Photoshop. That's good. With Canva, I also use Keynote. I hadn't heard of Word Swag. We're going to talk a little bit about today. I also started using Keynote just because of Robert, because he said, oh, you can animate stuff. And I was like, what? And I was so excited. And I'm like a Mac girl from way back. I have literally never used it for that, but it was super easy. I made Mike, my significant other, a super cool little subscribe thing. I should show that. Well, when we come back, I'll show it. Little subscribe thing for his videos. It's way better than I can do it for my channel, but I love it. Like, I feel like I hear guitars playing every time the thing comes up. Like cool guitars. All right. So that's good. Keynote is awesome. Kara should put a bow tie on Bones and make him sit next to her bonus point. I'd pay some cash money for that. Heather's brand new to social media marketing. It's something that sucks up a lot of author time. We were talking about this last week. The Mystery Writers of America did a big study, and they found that at the minimum, you should be doing 8 hours a week of social media. And for some of us, I think that feels like that would be a break. And some people are like, 8 hours. I think if I can count YouTube, I'm okay. But if I have to count all my other social media, just 8 hours doing that, I don't think I do it. All right. Good morning, Heather. Yay. Oh, well, thank you so much for joining us. I hope you feel better. That's not good.
No.
All right. Oh, look, BC Brown covers digital marketing for writers. So we'll have to swing by on that. We all hope you're okay, Michael. Oh, no. You guys do not get sick. Drink your vitamin C.
Savvy said she lost her voice as well, so I figure she must have.
I told y'all getting sick is not allowed. Y'all need to stop getting sick, okay?
No,
wash your hands, sleep.
Exactly. That's what we need to all take care of ourselves. All right, I'm going to pull up a 5-minute timer. Here's what I want us to do today in our 5-minute sort of normal sprint. Normally, this would be like a warm-up sprint for writing. But today, because we're doing promos, what I want everybody to do is make a list of the stuff that you want to, that you're going to work on today. So primarily, Canva is great for thumbnails, YouTube, or not YouTube, thumbnails, Twitter, Instagram, etc. Same thing with Word Swag. So think social media and what it is you'd really like to get accomplished today. And then, and that's how we will spend our first 5 minutes. Let me grab our little timer here. Does anybody have anything that they want to say before we do our 5-minute sprint?
Negative.
Negative.
I need to do
All right, fantastic. Okay, you guys. So in this 5 minutes, we are going to write down what it is we want to get accomplished today during the promo sprints, because as we all know, it's a lot easier to achieve our goals if we actually know what they are. So here we go. 5 minutes on the clock, and we'll see you in a few. All right, oh, wrong one. Sorry. Who I got there? Turn everybody back on. Yay! All right, 5 minutes down. So, what are you guys going to work on today? Everybody in the comments, bring it on. What are we going to see? How about you, Robert? What are you going to work on today for promo?
I still need that little beginning that comes on that says RNG Creative. I wasn't satisfied but I came up with that before, so I need to reinvent it. I have a couple of ideas, but I'm looking for clip art and some transparent art and hope to make something better.
Awesome. All right, fantastic. Carrow, what will you be doing today?
Everything. I'm actually probably going to be working on a little bit of promo art for Tamara Woods's like #write stuff. Yeah, just because like she does this like every month. But like while she talks about like on YouTube, she doesn't always talk about it like in other places. So I thought I would do my part since I'm part of the panel, and I would mention it on my social media that I'm part of the group and how to find it and stuff like that. So
how do we find that?
How do we find that? Well, she's got a tweet chat every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern, where they basically talk about all things that are writerly. And then on her channel, which is, you know, Tamara Woods or TA Woods, if you want to go search it, she has this panel every month at the last Saturday of the month. And what we do on that panel is we talk about craft books. So, for example, the last book that we talked about was the 2K to 10K, which was a book by Rachel Aaron, where she talked about ways to increase your productivity when it comes to writing. She talked about her triangle method and how to track all your stuff. And then this month, we're talking about the 30-day marketing challenge for your book, which has to do with kind of like an intro to social media. And it's kind of broken up like for things for you to do every day for 30 days to help you make your platforms and your brand and then start soliciting your works to other people. So.
I love those sort of 30-day plans, as in do this today. It's small enough. The pieces are small enough where they're actually manageable, and you can you can get them done. Or worst case scenario, you can get a couple done in a day, and then but by the end of the month, you've made really good progress, which I think is really huge. This is cool. All right, so listen. What I'm going to be doing is I have a ton of social media posts that I need to sort of get organized, and I need to load everything into Buffer, which for those of you who don't know is a scheduling tool. It doesn't work great for Instagram because you actually have to do it, but it does work for LinkedIn if you do that, or and for Twitter, for Facebook, etc. And you can format for the various platforms, and it tells you the best times of day to post, which I find to be helpful because obviously I want to communicate. I don't want to repost things a million times, and so I find that helpful because I think a lot of times I'm up super late or super early, which is not necessarily when everybody else is up. So. All right, so here's what everybody's doing. Nihilist Geek is doing some writing on my reader magnet today. Always a good thing. That is going to be a future topic for sure of our promo stream. So nice work on that. Michael Edward McPhee is downloading Word Swag. Oh, we'll be Word Swag twins. So I love that program. I do a lot of stuff, and a lot of times I'll be like in the car and waiting for, to pick up my daughter or something, or the doctor's office, and you just like fiddle with it, and then all of a sudden you have a post, which is fantastic. So I love that. Love it. Love it. Okay, so BC Brown needs 6 new marketing panther. You have a marketing panther? That's the coolest thing I've ever heard. No, I assume this is partner, but it could be a panther. If it is, we would like a picture, please. Graphics for social, some promo art to do for the anniversary edition of my paranormal series. Yay, look how much we're getting done today, guys. All right. Joanne Ninja Hen, I'm ambivalent behind my writing, but peer pressure, and I could use a bit more ads. All right, this is a good. You can write during the sprints. If you're here, because you normally write on Wednesdays with us, we're going to do the sprints that are the same length, so you can definitely write if you want to do that. We're cool with that. All right. Yes, 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 yes. Right, that is the book. You guys might also know her as Bad Redhead Media.
Yeah, I think Shamira reached out to her. She may join us on the panel. I'm not sure, but that would be super cool.
That would be super cool. That would be really awesome. All right, Tina, yay, welcome. We're so glad you made it. Bonnie says, still researching Canva, but focused on writing. Either or, all good. So because we have promised, and I feel like my glasses are so sparkly that I have to change them to something more reasonable. Here we go. Let me go with one of my other 19 pairs of blue glasses. Well, these are super fun, but look, they have like little, like every time I hit the light, I feel like they're
bedazzling.
Bedazzling, right. Exactly. So, okay, so Carrow, let's get into it because you have a lovely little Canva thing. Do I have to put your screen up or are you going to do it?
You have to because you're the host.
Okay.
Behold, my Canva dashboard. So you can use Canva for a lot of things. I've seen people use Canva to make book covers. I've seen them use it to do mostly their Instagram, their Twitter, and their Facebook posts. Totally fine. And the really nice thing about Canva is that we'll always have the size dimensions in there for you. So you don't have to worry about stuff getting cut out or anything like that. It's really useful for that. Work uses it actually for flyers because we do hand out flyers to people. So this is where they go to make it. And the reason that they make it in here is even though we do a lot of work with Photoshop, sometimes when you need to get it done like right now, this is really useful. Now, the one interesting thing that I've noticed is that when people use Canva, they try to make it look like they didn't use Canva. Just because it's kind of like if you go to a potluck and you buy like the store chicken and then you put it on like your grandma's pan and you hope nobody notices, but they always notice, right? So part of the challenge when you're working with Canva is while there are templates in there for you to use, showing that you're not just relying on the template is probably going to take you pretty far and people will notice. So we can, do you want to work with an Instagram post or anything else?
Let's do like, why don't you do Twitter? You want to do that? Or do you have Instagram in mind? The reason I ask is because I always use word swag for Instagram. If we could do all Instagram, I thought since Twitter has a different format, and I think people don't, a lot of times they don't think about it. They just post whatever they have on Twitter. But there really is an ideal format for Twitter, isn't there?
Yeah, the size dimensions are completely different. And one more thing I just want to point out to you guys is that if you guys want to like make bookmarks and stuff like that, the 2x6 format is in here for you. And I just kind of want to hammer in that bookmarks make really good business cards as an author. So
they do. They make great business cards, and they're cheap. They're crazy cheap to get printed.
Yeah, super crazy cheap. Okay, so we can go ahead and do something with Twitter. So what you'll do is you just go to create a design and you can either look for Twitter or you can just type in the first 3 letters and it shows up. So one thing I do want to point out again, and if you're in Twitch, they do Twitch banners too. Like they do everything on here. But there's the Twitter header and then there's the Twitter post. Obviously, those are 2 different things. So if you're trying to make a fancy header, this is probably the good place for you to go and do that. You are going to find that a lot of the stuff here is for free, but you have to kind of keep an eye out for it because some of the stuff on here you do have to pay for. And it's not shy about letting you know that. So sometimes I'm just kind of like, how can I keep this under $1? So that involves some creativity. So on the left-hand side right here, what you guys are going to see is obviously all the templates that you can work with. And these are usually the templates that are very easy to see in a tweet. So just kind of keep that in mind because the last thing that you want to do is take a picture like this one and just cram it full of text. Like if people have to click on it to read what you're saying and it's not a drama post, they're probably not going to. So just keep that in mind. But we will use this one. So this is a template and it's kind of works in a few different layers. So you're going to have obviously like the board, the picture right here. And then you're going to have the white block right here that makes it easier to see this text right here. And I'm only showing you that because I just kind of want you guys to see like how much is going on here. Now, the other thing that you're also going to notice is that this white box right here is actually what we call grouped. It's grouped with the text right here. So while you can come in here and you can type all this stuff right here, if you wanted to move the text, you can't move it without the box. The easiest thing that you can do is just hit this ungroup button right here. And then that will separate everything. I'm not going to do that just because I don't want to get too complicated. I just wanted to point it out that when you guys are in the templates and you're like, I wish I could move this and not this, that's how you're going to do it. That's usually like the one thing I usually hear from folks. Now, Lisa mentioned that I did a video last Friday about Canva. And what I was really doing with that video is I was trying to show you guys how much extra work goes into making some of these posts. Because you can't come in here and just quickly make this thing and then kind of bim, bam, boom, send it out. But when it comes to making your book promo stuff, that's not going to cut it. It's really not. So you have to go to a couple of extra sites. One of the sites that I would really recommend that I talked about in the video was actually DIY book cover design. And this is the site that you should go to if you need to do your mock-up covers. So if you already have your cover and you want to put this imagery on the tweet or the Insta or the whatever, this is the place where you can get it for free. And I'm just pointing that out because every time I try to go somewhere and find a free mock-up, they're kind of like free for 2 weeks and then they charge you. This place is just free, period. Like, and
tell us what the name of the site is again.
It is called DIY Book Cover Design. They do make book covers on here, but the mock-up thing is totally free. Like you just put it in your cover and they're just like, here's the graphic for you.
All right, I'll put a link to it down in the description. I also have a link to Carrow's video in the description, so you guys definitely want to check that out afterwards because she goes through
all the steps.
Not write the whole thing. So although it's faster than it is in real life, so that's awesome too.
Yeah.
So you don't have 2 hours of her going. Well, she probably doesn't do that, but I would go like,
oh no, I totally, like that video probably took, like, it's 20 minutes long, but making the video and doing all the stuff probably took me 2 hours. Yeah. So the one thing I would recommend if you do this is to get the PNG file just because it's transparent and you can put it on stuff. The PNG is usually going to like have like that white background and we don't have time for that.
Right.
So let me go ahead and go back. Another thing, and I kind of wanted to point this out, if you guys want to do business cards or something like that, or you want people to be able to find your book really quick, using a QR code is going to be the easiest thing that you can do. And it makes this little square graphic that you can either put on a flyer or a business card or whatever, and people can scan it and then they'll have like whatever you want to go ahead and put in here. So this is the future. We're heading this way. I'm letting you all know now. You've been warned.
It is so much more. Like I know that everybody was sort of trying to make QR codes happen. A lot of businesses were trying to make QR codes happen and nobody was really using them. But I think people are so much more comfortable because now you don't have to have like a special website or anything. You just do it with your phone super fast.
Yeah, like a lot of the business here. Yeah, a lot of the business cards I've been getting from people in the industry, they always have a QR code. And so I just got a QR reader and it immediately puts in their contact info on my phone, brings up like everything. Like I don't have to plug it in. I was like, well, that's freaking brilliant.
Right. It is. It's super brilliant.
Yeah. Brilliant. Let's go ahead and we'll keep working with this template. Now, I'm going to cheat. And I'm going to use one of the photos I made because we ain't got time for that. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use this one. And I want you guys to see that what I'm doing is I'm taking this photo from where I uploaded it. I know I'm pointing at the screen like you can see me pointing. But you're going to take it and you're going to drag it over that photo right there. And it's just going to replace that photo. Like super easy. Like really easy. Like it's really easy, guys. Now, obviously, this is where you're going to start running into some of the weird formatting stuff because you're going to be like, Carrow, I can't see your book cover and blah, 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 blah. And you're absolutely right. You can't see my book cover, and that's a crying shame because my book cover is brilliant, and you should all see it. And now you can. Just like that.
Just like that.
Just like that.
Magic.
Magic, man. Now, you are going to see that it is black and white, and while that is the template, I'm sure none of us really want to see a black and white cover when you know that it is color. So all you have to do is go to filter and turn it off. That's it.
Perfect.
Well, yeah. Are there any questions real quick in the chat like that I can talk about?
I'm going through the chat right now. Okay. We're just going to go take some comments now. So Bonnie's still researching Canva, but she's focused on writing today. BC Brown says it is a house panther. Helps change up my Insta from just pics of me. That's always good. If you have a pet, people love to see your pets. Okay. Oh, here we go. So Heather wants to create a banner for her YouTube channel. She knows she really needs to do that. Can we do that in Canva?
Absolutely, we can. In fact,
absolutely.
You go right to YouTube, and what you're going to want is going to be the channel art. The thumbnail is the thing that you make for videos. The icon is the icon. So you can come in here, and I actually wanted to make a new one, so this works out for me. They are going to have the templates again. Keep in mind that however this is going to look is going to differ from your computer screen to your cell phone and everything else. So it is going to not always look the same. The only reason I'm pointing that out is because you really want to try and, like, how do I say this? You want to keep that in mind when you make the stuff, that it has to be a fluid icon, because when people come to look at it, if you designed it to only look like it does on the computer, you're going to have a bad time when people look at it on the phone. Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, let's go. I'm going to use this one. So this is a template, right? And I can go in here and just type in my name, right? Look pretty so far. Let's see. I am an author, right? So I'm an author. I am a nerd, and I am a taco lover. So, and when you make stuff for your channel art, you want people to be able to go either to, and this applies to all social media. You want people to know immediately what you are, and you don't even want to beat around the bush, and you don't want to be very long-worded about it. You know, I am an author, I am a nerd, and I like tacos. What that usually tells people is that I'm a writer, and apparently I have a sense of humor because I'm throwing in the nerd and the taco thing. So people are immediately going to know what I am, and they can probably gauge a little bit of my humor and things like that. Now, I'm not going to keep these images because these images have literally nothing to do with me, like nothing. I'm not into time. I don't have vinyl records, and I kill everything that grows out of the ground. So those are definitely not for me. Can't do that. What I am probably going to do, because it is my channel and I am an author, is I'm probably going to put the covers of my work up on here instead. Like so.
Super cool.
Yeah. Let's see. Lock and key. And let me see. Oh, another one. Where did you go? Come back, friend. Where did you go?
While you're doing that, BC Brown says, I highly recommend Googling banner sizes for TV, desktop, tablet, and mobile, so you know how and where to cut the gray areas. You can actually see this when you upload your banner on YouTube. You can check it on all of the, you know, whether it's phone, desktop, TV, etc. But it's nice if you have that before you start. Otherwise, you're going to be trying to like move it up just a skosh or move it over, so that it, you know, so that it fits all the various platforms.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah. And then I need to make this middle image smaller or larger, because I at least want the title of my book seen there.
Well, you want it to be, you want it to be like consistent. So yeah.
Yeah. So, and then that way, I mean, the shameless promo for me. I'm kind of like, look at the stuff I write, guys, right?
That's okay. You're good.
Yeah. So, but that's something that I would recommend. But again, for those of you who are kind of like, well, Carol, I don't have any works out. What do I do? Man, take a picture of you writing like by hand or typing in front of a keyboard or whatever. Just somehow signify that you've got some kind of writing thing going on. Or you can, I know some people go to Fiverr and they have them create like a special like icon or a cartoon or something like that. You can do that too. Like, let me find a different one.
Geek says Canva also has a lot of stock photos.
I do.
Freer from Pixabay. I think WordSwag also uses Pixabay. I have Pixel Lab on my phone. What was that?
I use Pixabay a lot. There's a lot of photos.
Yeah. I know, I do too. It's actually the free photos on WordSwag are also Pixabay, although they have like a couple different places. They have some, then you can access some from other libraries, which is really, or your own, whichever you prefer. BC says Pixabay is good. Wait, we have another question. What makes Canva better than BookBrush? That's a good question.
I am not qualified to answer that because I don't use BookBrush. So
I'm not qualified to answer that either. Who knows? What about you, Robert? Do you know?
No, but I did find a site for transparent photos, recently called Clean PNG, and it has a lot of transparent photos that are free. So that's another good
That's
one.
great. I actually have a site that I subscribe to, which I think is like $2 a month, called Clipping Magic. Now I have now upgraded to the bigger plan, which I think is $4 a month, but it's called Clipping Magic, and you can basically drop any photo in there, and actually we'll come back to it if you guys are interested, and I'll show you how to do it. But it's super, super easy. You just color red what you don't want, color green what you do, and presto changeo, you have an image that's a PNG with a transparent background wherever you want it.
Yeah.
For my iPad, I usually use an app called Black Eraser if I want to make my own. It's pretty easy where you just trace around it as well. So it's simple.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Absolutely perfect. I know there really are a lot of free apps that you can do where you can do that, or super, super inexpensive. We do a ton. I mean, I use a ton of them. I always love transparent backgrounds. And so it was worth it to me to pay well, initially it was like $1.99, but then I kept like having to borrow from the next month's. So I went ahead and splurged and got the $4 package. Yeah. So I'm living the big life.
There's two more things I really want to show you guys real quick, and then we can, So if you guys look at my thumbnails, I usually have like little circle pictures. I didn't make those circles. What you can do for that is right here when you go to elements, you can go right here where it says frames, and they've got different frames there that you can use, you know, however you want to do that. And obviously that's way too large, and I'm like, I'm not here for that. As much as I want you guys to see pictures, I don't want them that big. Yeah, and you guys don't have to worry about resizing it, because what thing that you can do is you can select the thing that you want to copy, and you can either, you know, go through the motions of copying it through the menu, or you can hit Control-C and then paste it, and then it's going to have the exact same size and dimensions like right there. And then one thing I want you guys to see is that Canva is actually showing me grid-wise where everything is, so I know it all lines up and I know it's even, so I don't have to fuss with that. If you're OCD like me, that's like really nice. Yeah, and then once you have that, you can go ahead, and that's not the one I want. Where's the one I want? I did have all this already, I swear. So, and then after that, you can go find the pictures that you want, and then you can just go ahead and drag them straight over like that. And then they're just automatically circles or squares or whatever you want them to be. So that's something that you can do there. Now, the second thing that I want to show you is because Nihilist Geek mentioned that it is free. I'm going to put air quotes because for the most part, the site is very free. But it does, like I said earlier, try to trap you with a couple of images where they'll go ahead and gray them out because they want you to pay for them, right? So when you guys are searching for stuff, let's say that I want, like, I don't know, we're all book nerds, right? So I want a book picture, right? And you're going to see some really nice pictures in here. Like, look at this book picture. Man, that would look great in whatever post I'm trying to do. But if you take a look right here, it's already got like an icon that says that you have to pay it for $1, right? That, you got to pay attention to that because they will get you there. And then there are going to be other ones where it says that you can get it if it's pro. So I'm signed up on the pro account because that's just how often I use it, and I actually save more money doing this. But for a lot of you probably don't have time to actually sit down and figure out what's free and what's not. So what you can do is right here where it says show filters is you click on that and say, give me the free stuff only. And then everything that's free is just going to be right there. So you don't have to worry about them trying to get you or anything.
That's great.
Good to know.
All right, let's see. We have, okay, so Nihilist Geek, there was a question earlier. Nihilist Geek believes BookBrush has some templates that are book specific. Canva is free. Bonnie says thanks. CO Savvy comparing Jenna Moressi's video on BookBrush and Carrow's video on Canva. I would say Canva, but that's just me. Canva is definitely, I mean, it really has so many great features, and it's free. So, I mean, you can obviously upgrade, but there is a ton of stuff you can do on Canva that won't cost you anything.
Yeah, and like I've seen some authors like literally make their book covers off of this site. Like,
yeah, a lot of people do. Tamara's here. Yay, we're so glad you made it.
Yay.
I feel bad I have to keep covering up Robert's face. That's what, like, quickie on the comments. So, oh my God.
The vanishing detective.
I know, exactly. That is awesome. Bonnie said, so useful. Thank you so much, Carrow. Yay, that was fantastic. All right, who's ready? Do you have anything? I don't want to jump off I don't want to cut you off if you have other stuff to say on Canva. Are you good?
Unless somebody's got a question, if they want me to really do a deep dive into this, I'd have to just literally make a different video, because what I want to do is just show you guys like some of the stuff how it applies to you right now.
Right.
But there's like, I could yeah.
I know. Yeah, you really can. And there are so many things to do on Canva. And I think one of the best ways is to just dig in there and like play around with it. So, all right. So let's go ahead. If anybody has any questions, send them over now. Otherwise, we're going to go ahead and do a 20-minute promo sprint. And you guys can all check out Canva for yourself or get going on your task list of stuff you want to do. Nihilist Geek says Canva is more flexible, improved quite a lot last year using BookBrush as a test. It's not as intuitive. Thank you, Geek, for the update. All right. And Heather says, thank you so much for all the info, Carol. Yes, thank you. It's absolutely fantastic. All right, let me see what else we've got. Okay, Bonnie Phillips wants a deep dive video. I guess we know what you're doing. All right, nice work. Okay, you guys, I am going to unshare Carol's screen, and I'm going to share our sprint screen. Let's see, 20-minute underwater sprints. Here we go. Okay, so we're going to do 20 minutes this time. You guys can check out Canva or WordSwag. And we are going to, and I'm going to show you guys like a little video thing with WordSwag. And then during our next sprint, I'm actually going to do like a couple of different versions of the same post. So you can see kind of all the wild and crazy, and then we'll come back and look at that. So, all right. So here we go. 20-minute sprints. We're going to start in 2 seconds. Here we go. All right, here we go. Ta-da. Let me get rid of our promo screen here. All right, so how did everybody do? I will confess that I made like a crap ton of posts on WordSwag, which I will put up on my Instagram so you guys can see that. Robert, do you want, before we go to WordSwag, do you want to talk a little bit about Keynote? And if you do you want me to put up the, when you talk about what you can do in it, do you want me to put up the little video that I did of the thingy for Mike? Yeah? Okay.
I mean, what I do, I don't know who edits on what program, but I use LumaFusion, which has a green screen filter. So one thing that I do, which you'll see in like the subscribe button and everything, is when I go in, I'll just take the closest green color that's closest to like green screen, and I'll flood the background with that. Then anything I put on it will just automatically, when I use the green screen filter, go over my photos like it's transparent.
That's pretty cool. I actually use the oh my gosh, iMovie, which a lot of people who have Macs use iMovie.
Mm-hmm.
And the great thing about it is you can actually just do like when you do like a picture-in-picture thing, you can just select like a blue or green screen and it will automatically remove it for you, which I find super, like it was so fast. It took me like maybe 10 minutes to do this, and it took like, I don't know, when I dropped it into the video, it took all of about 6 seconds. So here's what I did for, this is not for my channel, this is for my significant other, Mike's channel. He reviews older horror movies, and it's quite a funny channel, but this is the one that I did for him. Look, see, so it's just like this little subscribe button that catches on fire, which I thought was awesome. And you should know I have no skills with like this at all. So, and I would never have ever thought to do animate on, if you, Robert, had not said to do that. So.
Well, that's probably a subject for a longer deep dive video for me as well. If people want to see how to do this in Keynote, I can definitely do a video and go step by step through the process that I've used. And you don't have to be artistically inclined. You just have to know where to get stock photos and then follow the prompts and choose your animation. And it's easy.
It was shocking to me how fast, like I played around with that after you told me about it. I did a couple for, like I did one little one for me for the video that I'm working on. And then I had the idea to do Mike's, because he has a much cooler logo than I, like it was perfect for little subscribe thing. And then like when I saw the fire deal, I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. And so I did like 15 more things for mine. So be prepared, guys, for some awesome subscribe buttons, because I'm super excited about that. So, oh my gosh. All right, so I'm going to take some comments. So what do you guys think? Do you use a Mac? Do you use a PC? What are you editing on? And have any of you ever tried to use something like Keynote for to animate stuff? So Tamara we were talking about this, and Tamara said, oh, I really want to do that. Is there anything that you can use for a PC? And you found something for her. What was that?
I did find it. It was Google Slides, but they stopped the animation part of it last April. It was Keynote, and I'm trying to figure out how to animate, and then I looked at the tutorial and they said they don't do it anymore. Keynote, I think they had to change it up a little bit because it was a blatant ripoff.
Oh, well, a lot of great stuff.
Tamara and I both use Windows, so like we were both like,
I know.
I'm looking to see what I can find. By the time I do a video, I want to find some different things that Windows users can use for this, but so far, I was disappointed.
So I'm wondering, you guys, I know Geek, you are intimately involved with a lot of different things. You're always super aware of, what's out there. So do you guys, we just got like a ton of comments just came through. So what do you think? Are you guys using something else? Have you done anything to do that sort of little animation? All right, so I'm just going to go through the comments. Okay, Bonnie says, you guys make my week. Aw, thank you. That's so sweet. Nihilist Geek going back to BookBrush versus Canva. He says BookBrush is
real quick. Before you carry on, I actually went and snooped on BookBrush real quick, just so that way I could give an actual comparison. BookBrush does have some good mock-up photos for books, but if you do the free version, you have limited downloads. So even if you just do like the basic, like the mock-ups to put into a different photo, those are limited as well. If you really want to get the best bang for your buck, I would actually probably combine BookBrush with the DIY cover thing, because they both do different mock-ups and you definitely want a variety. Okay, that was it.
Right. No, that's awesome. That's fantastic. Very good. Tina says she jumped a little. I just missed that into my story, I guess. Oh, sorry. Oh, look at this. Okay, so BC got new YouTube video graphics finished for intro, social info, and subscribe reminder. Yeah, that's awesome. Devin says, ding. What were you working on, Devin? We want to know. All right. Bonnie Phillips got 958 words. Yay.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Well done.
We do not mind that you started 10 minutes before the stream started. We are just glad you're here.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Thank you. I was so psyched about it. I was really excited. I think I'm more excited about it. Mike's like, yeah, that's cool. And I'm like, oh my God. Like I invented bread or something. I'm so excited. All right. So Geek says he uses a PC. So I don't know. Do you know something similar to Keynote where you could actually do simple animation for people who do not have those skills? That's the question we're trying to answer. All right, so Heather poked around Canva, pretty tired, but oh gosh, that sucks. I'm sorry. Well, we're glad you're with us while you're on hold. Okay. PowerPoint
for people. If you want to just look on YouTube, there's a lot of people that put up free green screen graphics that's yours for the taking. So if you can't find something to do it on your own, there's a lot of creative stuff on almost every subject.
Mm-hmm.
That's fantastic. That's absolutely fantastic.
And
it's super easy with most of the editing software to just drop it in wherever you are.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
BC Brown really likes Keynote. I have, so you know, if you save your video if you save your format as 1080, then it'll be the right, in Keynote, then it'll be the right format for your video. Pro tip I just learned this week. Yay. Okay. So Savvy uses PowerPoint. That's fantastic. Devin's working on multiple things. Do not know an app for, Nihilist Geek says he doesn't know an app for simple animation. He's trying to learn how to do this on DaVinci.
Mm.
So DaVinci is like, basically isn't DaVinci sort of free Adobe, like Pro Tools? Not Pro Tools. What's the, I totally have like a brain issue here. That you edit film and video. Adobe, not Photoshop, the other one. Please somebody comment before I lose my mind. Anyway, I think DaVinci is the equivalent of that. Oh God. Premiere. Thank you. Mike just like texted me. It's Premiere, dum-dum. Okay, Premiere.
Yeah.
So DaVinci is basically like a free version of Premiere, and there are actually several video editing softwares that are available for free that are equivalent. So that's pretty awesome. I use iMovie because I've used it for a long time. It's already on my computer, and I like it. I know how to use it. Yes. So it's free Adobe Premiere, After Effects, and another app. That's fantastic.
There's a free version that I used to use when I had Windows called GIMP. It was like Photoshop.
I remember GIMP. Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you want to do art in layers, you can build it up like Photoshop and do some pretty nice work.
That's cool. That's a little bit beyond my skill set. I do remember GIMP though.
Yeah.
That's a little bit beyond my skill. This is why I was so excited about using Keynote, because you just drag it and it does most of the work for you.
Yeah.
You can figure out a few little transitions, and there you go. I still use GIMP from time to time, BC Brown Book says. That's cool. That's very cool. All right, everybody, let's go. Let's see, 12:16. Let's go ahead and do another sprint. We're going to do another 20 minutes. Let me restart. Oh, I already restarted the timer. Look at me go. All right. So I'm going to we're going to get the timer back up on the screen. We'll do another 20 minutes of promoing. Let me make sure I've got this. Yes, we're all set here. Okay, so we'll do another 20 minutes of promo stuff. Get those posts done. Make yourself some pretty pictures in Canva. And we'll talk about word swag when we come back. And I'll show you all the fun stuff that I did while we were gone. All right, here we go. Let's get started. All right. Let me get rid of this. Okay. Oh, Carrow, come back. All right. So, how'd everybody do? Did you guys get lots of promoing done?
I'm trying to do a banner for my channel art, and of course trying to get the image size the right size to fit across the mobile and the TV and the desktop. As I did it once and it was still too big, so I needed to resize everything.
It's almost like you have to just cram everything into the center. Yeah, I know. It feels like, and for TV, I think the logo and everything, or your name, is going to be this big, and the rest of the TV screen is just some random color. But that's the only way to make it work for phone, web, etc. So I got many, many Instagram posts done. I'm about to show them to you because they're awesome.
Yay.
Yay. Carol, you're going to love them especially, I think. Actually, everybody who comes here on a regular basis will love them. So, okay. So you got, I'm sorry. CO Savvy earlier said extra dorkiness from me today. So yes, I own that. Thank you very much. All right. So I'm going to share my screen. I want to know, as you guys are sending comments in about what you're working on, what you're making progress on, and your questions. I'm going to show you what I was doing. So somebody, BC, I think, was really interested to know about how the green screen thing works. I think we should talk about that maybe after we, maybe on our next live stream, we can talk about how we sort of done animations and kind of some of the cool stuff you can do in common editing programs that you do not need to be a professional to use. That would be me. So, okay, cool. All right, so I want to show you guys my screen here, and you can see what I did, since I'm going to talk about my mad love for word swag. Here we go. So, okay, right? So here's my Instagram account. And while we were promo streaming, I did 20 posts. And look what it says. I've got a spreadsheet for that, Carrow Brown.
True. I got a spreadsheet for that.
Yeah, I know, right? So I did I could only post 8 different iterations of that. But the cool thing about word swag is that it's got all of these. First of all, if you don't have Carrow to quote from, it's got all sorts of inspirational quotes, which I love. It also has, and you can do them, you can use quotes from your favorite authors if you want to do that. You can just do your own stuff. But I really love the ability to just play with all different types of textures and typography. They have a ton of pictures that are already in the app that you can use for free, or you can, you can use your own from your library or whatever else you want to do. But I love all the typography, and you can literally take one background, one color, and do 57 million different iterations of that. I think now I feel like I should leave one of these. You can use pictures, you can do all different colors, and you can literally just push this little button and it'll just shuffle it around and give you 50 different things of the same one. But I love all the little different type treatments and all of that. And if you guys have ever seen Alexa Dunn's thumbnails, she clearly does them in word swag. This gradient feature and the type, you can definitely tell that she's using word swag or something really like it. But I love it. It's super easy, and you can put it out on a transparent background. You can use a logo on it if you want to, although I never do that. And I think it's really fun. Now, the bad thing about this is that it is an app, and so I cannot show you on my phone, but they do have this teeny, super quick little tutorial video. Let me see if I can find it. That's 45 seconds. Let me see. Oh, I thought I had it. Maybe I don't. Oh, here it is. Okay. So let me share that with you guys really fast. Oop, not that. Just so you can sort of see what you're able to do with it. And I think there's a free version. If not, it's like $4 a month. But there are just so many cool things you can do with it. So I'm going to see if I can't. Let me just make sure this is up before I go. Okay. I'm going to get some high quality dorking right now. All right, here we go. So you can do these in a whole bunch of different formats, just like you can for Canva. Ooh, hold on. You could. All right. I just totally, wait. Sorry, I just totally ran it like an ad. I was thinking I could turn it off when the video started so that you would not get some crazy weird ass echo. So I ended up just having to mute myself while we all looked at a 35-second video. You're welcome. All right. So it does all kinds of cool things. And like I said, it's so easy that it's on your phone that you can literally be posting you know, things from Word Swag and creating a bunch of different posts as you're sitting, you know, in line for something or waiting at the DMV or, you know, or doing whatever, or in bed sometimes. Like if I go, oh, I should have posted something about that, I'll just do a quick one in bed. And you can, and like Canva, you can do it in a bunch of different formats. It certainly does not have, it's much simpler. It's definitely more for social media and not doing the wide variety of things that Canva does. But I really love the typography. They're always adding things and changing things, which is pretty cool. And there are just a million ways to make your posts look really beautiful and professional, which I think is very, very cool. So there's that, my little love letter to Word Swag. They have something new called Story Swag, which I have not used before. Have you guys used that before? It's actually for sort of stylizing Instagram stories, which I have not done.
I have actually used Word Swag for the Instagram stories, yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes they have like nice little templates on there because they like to do like Instagram story chains. So it's like you go in there and you fill in some boxes and then you tag some people along with the blank copy, and then they can go and do it and share it and all that other stuff.
Right, which is pretty cool, which is very cool. And I mean, and the whole point of all this is to get more engagement. And I do find that when I use Word Swag, my stuff gets reposted more often, especially on Instagram. And so that's kind of a cool thing. So
yeah, Instagram's kind of interesting if we're talking about marketing with Instagram, because it's actually more encouraged for you to do a lot of your more frequent posts on Instagram stories, because those are only there for a day, and to keep the stuff that you want people to find for months and later on your feed. So yeah.
Right, which I think is fantastic. Which maybe I should have done that on my story while I was. I now have like 9 Instagram posts with a quote from Carrow. I'll have to take that. I had to take a couple of those down, but I'm going to leave. But I'm going to leave
them all up. It's okay. It's your love letter to me. I have
it is right. All right. Okay. So what are you guys working on? Oh, I think this one was from before. I need to scroll down, Lisa. All right, Joanne Ninja Hand talking about animating from last time. I heard you can do it with PowerPoint instead of Keynote. We talked about that. I always forget where we are. Green screen. We'll talk about that next month. Still use GIMP. I'm really behind. Hey, Aphrodite, we're so happy you made it. Yay, Aphrodite. And Aphrodite needs coffee. So, yay, we're all so glad that you're here. Okay, here we go. Aphrodite says she needs a new banner too. So, Carrow was talking about about using Canva and how awesome it is to really help you find what you to get the right format. And Robert was working on his banner during the promo stream. What were you guys all working on? Let us know. 347 words for Bonnie. Yay! Awesome. Very nice. Good job. She's working towards her 2K word count. Let's hope you get it, baby. We're on board. All right. Nihilist Geek is doing some scripting for his next video. Be sure to check that out. The link is down in the description. Oh, good. BC Brown's downloading some cover art from BookBrush. She'll take as much free promo stuff as possible. Yeah, right. Ditto for me. I actually had to have, you guys see this? I had to get like an external. I need like an external for my external drive. I have so much. Yeah.
That was the first thing I did when I knew I was going to start making YouTube videos about a year ago. I guess I should do like my anniversary video at some point. But I told my husband, it's like, we got to get a backup drive. Like, we have to. I already know I'm going to need it.
Yeah, you think, well, so I will say I've used Macs for like 100 years. And I mean, since college, all my life. And I have 1,000 years worth of pictures. And I have, my whole life has been on my Macs for a long time. And in the past, you'd get the new Mac, you transfer all your crap from the old Mac onto the new Mac, and then you go from there. Well, this one that I got last year is the first one where there's less storage on this one than there was on my old one. And I always get the MacBook Pro. Like, I always get the one with the most storage because I know I need it. And I'm really frustrated with this because there are a lot of, I use iMovie and I use a bunch of other stuff and I use Zoom and there's not enough room on it. Ticks me off, but I don't think
talking to the guy when I got my MacBook, and he said you need all this extra memory, and you can fit a lot on there, but when you're doing YouTube, it's going to fill up. So I got the external drive myself.
It sucks. BC, thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Okay, Steven scheduled a bunch of Twitter posts because he hasn't posted on Twitter in forever. Yay! Awesome. Steven, are you using so you said you scheduled them. Are you using something like Buffer to schedule or TweetDeck or something like that? Tell us what you're doing.
Hootsuite. Right. Hootsuite's a good one.
Yeah. What was that?
Hootsuite.
Or Hootsuite. Right. Yeah. Hootsuite. I use Buffer. Because Hootsuite, I don't know, has too much like going on. I've also used I think Zoho Social. I don't really care for that. Buffer I've been with for a long time. It does not have a lot of bells and whistles, but that part of that is the appeal for me. Mm-hmm. I just load a bunch of stuff on there and it spits it out and it sends me a message when my thing is like empty. Word swag. Yes. Aphrodite, since you came in, we are talking about all sorts of different promo tools that we use to make our social media posts awesome. And Carrow talked about Canva, and Robert talked a little bit about Keynote, and I talked a little bit about word swag. All right. Ooh, nobody in particular says, SEO tip, remember to always accurately label your images, no slang or abbreviations in the title. Yay, thanks for being here today. This even applies to your social media images. It's an important good habit to have. Now, I do that for most of my stuff. I didn't think about doing it like for Twitter or for Instagram. Thank you. Ding, ding, ding. If I had like a little trophy to give you today, I totally would. All right, that's awesome. That's a really good tip. Of course, now I have to like do my word swag, save it as a file, like save it with the file name, and then go back and post it. But it seems like it'd be worth it if you come up in the search engine results, right? Mm-hmm. Yes. All right. Aphrodite says hi. Joanne Ninja Hen says hi back. Also, remember Google and social media platforms have no idea what your image says. All they see is an image. That is an excellent, excellent point. All right, I have just gotten a crazy, there we go, full screen there. Okay, we're just gonna go, if you have info on the image you want or need the platform to know or share, you have to put the info in the title, caption, and alt text. Good job. Ooh, okay, so Nihilist Geek says unfold is also good for Instagram stories. That is fantastic. Aphrodite, Canvas her jam. Devin, always with the jokes. What's your peanut butter?
Mm.
That's funny. Right, Devin? That was close. That was a big laugh, but it came from Aphrodite. You got to step it up, buddy. One snort laugh per stream. That's your goal. All right, here we go. Unfold is good for Instagram too. That's fantastic. Heather is back. Okay, well, we'll miss you. Thank you so much for stopping by today. We will see you next week, though. Good job. All right. Right. I still have all mine. I have like a MacBook Pro graveyard in the other room. I can't bear to part with them. And I always use my computers way too long because I get very attached to keyboards.
Yeah.
I can't give them up. I can't quit you, keyboard. Hi, Jeannie. So BC, somebody earlier, I lost the thing because we have a ton of comments coming in. BC says, I've used Buffer primarily in the past, just started using Later also, and it's awesome. I've heard that about Later. Anybody else have experience with that?
Mm-mm.
No. Okay. Let us know. Comments, bring it on. All
Sounds
right.
like a research project.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? All right, BC, thank you so much for coming today. We are so lucky to have you guys. You're awesome. Steven's using Hootsuite. I still have my MacBook from 2003. Yeah, there it does. I can probably beat you on that. I have to go back to the archive, but I have them from way back. All right, high fives, very nice. You do get the assist. Devin says I get the assist for the laugh. That's true. That's absolutely true. All right, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much. Does anybody else have any questions about this stuff before we get wrapped up? Anybody? Yes, no, Beaver?
Well, so far using Canva, it takes a little bit of adjustment. It is pretty intuitive. This is the first thing that I've done in it. So looking for that free stuff to use. I think I have something pretty good. I just need to size it right and find the right typeface. Be good to go.
That's that takes forever. I found this typeface that I loved. Like I saw it and I loved it, but I couldn't find it. And it took me forever to find it, which is my goofy ass typeface that I have on my channel banner and everything. And in my logo, I love it, but it was really challenging to sort of find that. And also I end up using it in my videos sometimes. And I wonder if that's a mistake because it's kind of thick. And I think, is it easy to read? Is that? So Aphrodite has a good question. Can you use WordSwag on a PC? I can't use phone apps.
Nope.
You cannot, unfortunately, which sucks. But you can use Canva, which does a lot of the same sort of cool stuff. Thank you for your confession, Devin. Devin still uses a VCR cassette player. I still have them too. I have this thing that I've had for a million years called, I think it's called Hollywood Dazzle. I look back there because it's back there. It's called Hollywood Dazzle. And before, like when I would do television interviews, they would hand you, like at the end of the segment, they would often hand you like a videotape. But if you want to like put that clip on your website or something, you had to find some way to get it from the videotape into, you know, a digital format. And it used to be kind of expensive to do that. So I had this thing where you could hook up a VCR to your computer through this little magical box and it would make it go. Now you don't need to do that. Wait.
Old tech is both neat
No,
and
Jeannie, it's not. I literally just went to go look for it. There's a website for it, but it tells you to go download the phone app.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can't use it on.
I saw you say that, and I was like, hold on now. Like, no.
Yeah. So Aphrodite, any other recommendations for PC other than Canva, which I already love? What were we talking about before? Somebody else had asked about Canva versus book.
Like Untold, there was that.
Yeah.
And then there was BookBrush, but BookBrush BookBrush has like limitations if you use the free account. Like, I'll tell you what though, because I was on there, it was like, look at all these really pretty images that you could have if you subscribed. And I was like, I'm an author. I don't have a lot of money. I only made $30 last month. That was it.
Yeah.
God, I gotta stick with free. Sorry, friends. Sorry.
We're here for our art.
Yeah, it's what we're all looking for, and I'm still going to try to find something for Windows that will do the animation. I mean, PowerPoint is the best, but everything with Microsoft is a subscription, and that just adds up over and over and over. It's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. And you know what? It kind of ticks me off because Microsoft Word has not changed for 1,000 years.
Yeah.
And frankly, I don't need it to. I have been using Microsoft Word 2008 for Mac because the version that came after, like forever, well, since 2007 or 2008, whenever it came out. And my needs do not change with that. And so then they had another version that came out after that, which I do not remember what year that was, but it had all these glitches. And so I went back to using 2008. And now you didn't have a choice.
They just kind of strong-armed you into the subscription thing too. And that made me really upset because like, it's just like you said, like it didn't really change. Right. And because they're trying to make more money, instead of doing the one-time purchase, they make you do it over time. I have the exact same thing with the Adobe stuff.
Right.
Which drives me nuts because all I really need is actually just like Photoshop and one other program. But in order to have access to it, I have to get the entire suite.
Right.
Yeah. But just as long as you guys like track those expenses and put it on your taxes, you can usually claim that as a business loss, but you have to track it.
Yeah. I know on your video about Canva, Carol, you had said something about doing a video about taxes, which I actually have been thinking about because it's tax season, and I'm like the queen of write-offs. I will say that. So, but I have like a couple good free tools. So if you want, I'll just spill them, and you can just stick it in your video.
Okay.
So, yeah, good. Okay, so watch that, you guys. All right, let's see. Okay, so nobody in particular, who I think we all know is our secret SEO expert from last month's promo stream. That's my guess. All right. Use Canva to make cute messages for clients if I have an encouragement or announcement. That's really nice. That's really cool. 695 more words left to write today. Well, you are in luck because I think right after our live stream is DAL CECIL Runo's live stream that starts in an hour if you want to do that. And for those of you who remember that Carol used to come an hour after our stream here, she has now moved to Tuesdays, which I feel like we should all write down because I forgot it again yesterday and I feel terrible.
You're fine. You didn't miss it.
Tell us when it is. It's in the description, but tell us when it is.
It's at Tuesdays at 1 p.m. I have a spreadsheet for that.
Here, I'll go look.
It's 11 my time, and I'm on Mountain Standard Time, so that's usually what I track.
It starts at 1 p.m. Eastern Time.
Okay, so there you go. I was like,
all right.
And I think, and then don't forget, like we have daylight savings times this Sunday.
Yes, I can never ever forget about that. I
hate it because my time zone actually doesn't change. We don't honor daylight savings time here. So when you guys change, it fucks up everything in my state. It's just like,
it fucks everything up in my life. It takes me a week or a week and a half to recover from that. And you know, the sad thing is that this is just a ploy to sell like more barbecues and golf balls and crap. It's not good for us. There's no reason. We have all these health issues. We don't mess with time. Except for you fantasy writers, you're fine. You can mess with time all you want, but nobody else gets to. That's terrible. Terrible, terrible. All right. Too poor to buy stuff. I know. As often as I can, I always like to use free tools because there are so many available.
Next time you need a computer or an upgrade, switch to Mac because it may seem a little more expensive on the surface, but they last longer and you'll go through 2 or 3 PCs. And you can have one Mac that'll still be clean running without all the antivirus and
it's phenomenal. Yeah, I mean, I cannot say. I wish I had bought Apple stock like 30 years ago, 20 years ago, right? Because I have sold so many Macs to my friends and family members because they're so much easier to use. There's
so many free apps, and the pay apps might cost you like $5. I think there's a few better ones or bigger ones that are maybe 10 or 20, but you get every free upgrade after that. You never have to pay again.
Right. It just keeps coming towards you. What the heck
Yeah.
did I do with my hair? All right. So Photoshop 2005 is free. That's good to know. Thank you very much for letting us know that. That's awesome. Steven still uses Microsoft Word 2007 because my computer is super old. See? Well, this is the thing that's happening with Mac, and I don't delay so long doing like the big system updates.
She's gone.
I didn't do it.
With a poof, she disappeared.
Yeah, she'll come back. Don't worry, friends. She'll be back. Yeah, I have to actually use like the more current version of Microsoft just because I'm enrolled in college, and the first thing they say is that you have to have the updated version. I'm like, are you paying for that? Because you need to. Like,
Yeah.
A lot of times though with universities, they have like a library where if you're a student, you can get it for free or for a big discount price. So at least there's that.
yeah.
That's another thing with iOS. When they do a new software upgrade, it's not like Windows that you have to pay. It's a download and you get it free. So you're always
Right.
You
Right.
know what software I would really like to be updated for Windows this year?
Huh.
Scrivener.
Oh, yeah.
I just
I
been sitting
know.
here waiting on, version 3 to update for like 3 years.
100 years. Jeannie just said Gremlins. That was me. I think it was me. That was yet another Lisa dork moment. Amy might be around.
There she is right there.
Yes, exactly. There we go. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. Well, you guys are awesome. I think this was really fun. I got those 10 Instagram posts about Carrow that I really was dying to get done. Right? I'm going to take them all down except one. I'm saving one. I didn't put any tags or comment or anything. So everybody who follows me on Instagram just got spammed with 10 Carrow Brown quote images.
Who's this Carrow Brown person?
I know, right? I'll put your thing in there so people will know. So, all right. So next, wait. Max said it's a secret. There we go. Hold on. Yes. Okay. There's right. So, yeah. So next week, you guys, we will be back to our normal 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, Carol, I guess we're gonna have to figure out the time for you. We'll have to get one of those like international clocks to tell between regular, normal mountain time. And
it's gonna stay the same for you guys. Like it's still gonna be the 1 p.m. Eastern. I just need to figure out if I have to start earlier or later. That's my dilemma. I think it's earlier.
I don't remember. Wait, spring forward, fall backwards. So we put our clock forward an hour. I think that means you're earlier.
Okay. Because I actually have it on my to-do list to figure it out like tomorrow.
That's probably good. So next Wednesday, you guys, as always, we will be here doing our regular Wednesday live stream. But before we go, so 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and who knows what time, Mountain Time. But before we go, and before Carol has to do the math to figure out what time we'll be live streaming, Carol, tell us all about your beautiful channel.
On my channel, I talk and whine about the life of a writer, sometimes under the influence of wine. You will find writing advice, you will find product reviews, you will see me get drunk and talk about books. Sometimes they're good books. Right now, people are recommending me horrible books. I don't know why. Anyway, and then the other thing I have going on right now is that my book relaunch is scheduled to come out this month on the 23rd, and I can't wait. I just want to get like the new copy and like just kind of hold it and carry it around with me like I did the first one. So
like a baby.
Yeah, that's gonna happen.
Yay, congratulations. That's very exciting. All right, fantastic. And Robert, tell us what you're up to.
Well, my channel is devoted to all things writing. There's tech reviews for mostly writers, but some fun gadgets and hobby stuff too, like Star Wars stuff, books and movies, and comic books. So whatever story-oriented medium there is, I will switch back and forth to whatever pops in my head.
That's cool. I love your channels. You guys are awesome. Obviously, they are linked down below in the description. Be sure to check out Carol's video that she just posted about how where she basically just takes you through an entire Canva design process. I am Lisa Daly. This is my channel. If you are looking to write a book you're really proud of and get it published, this is the channel for you. And that is it. We will see you guys next Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern, nope, at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Ooh, I almost screwed that up. At 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So for our international folks, I apologize in advance. It's going to start at a weird time. I'm going to try and put the live stream reminder thing up early so that at least YouTube will get it right. So there's that. All right, everybody, we are out. Nihilist Geek says bye-bye. Thanks for the stream. I don't know what this is. Wait, can you repeat the channel for the writing sprints after this? Yes.
DAL
CECIL Runo.
Yeah, DAL CECIL Runo.
And the link to her channel and the specifically the time and date, it's her time and day of the live stream is down in the description below, as is the time for Carrow. All right. See.
Is Del going to be doing it? She had some work thing she was doing this week, and she said she may not have internet access. So if you can't find it, it's because she's not there.
Stay tuned, friends. Stay tuned.
That's right. You'll make it. You'll make it. Thanks so much for you guys. Bye-bye, Geek. Bye, I'll see you, Savvy. Oh, you guys are so awesome. Thank you so much. Oh, bye. You guys are the best. See you next week. Yay.
Bye, friends. Bye.
Bye.